Welcome to I Said No Gifts. I'm Bridger Winegar. We're here in the studio. I've had breakfast, I've had lunch, I had a Baby Bell cheese. I didn't even need that, but I had it anyway. What's going on? This is the 6th podcast I've recorded this week. Fortunately, I lead a rich, full life that's able to sustain that amount of talking. I just have things going on all the time. So just kick back, crack open a cold one. Don't do that. Why would I even suggest? I'm kidding. That's not this audience. What needs to be talked about? I watched Little House on the Prairie as usual last night. The town drunk was drying out, and he saw a live bat, which was frightening. And that brings us to today. And I need to remind you that we're on Patreon, patreon.com/ISaidNoGifts. No excuses not to be on it at this point. That's how you support the podcast, and we have a wonderful time there. I feel like I'm being taken advantage of at this point, to be honest. It's a great deal. Is there anything else I need to say in that category? I don't think so. Live show is coming up August 22nd. I don't know what today is for you, but hopefully it's before that. So you can go to dynastytypewriter.com. That's all you have to do, and then you buy a ticket, or you got a live stream. Either or, maybe both. You could live stream from the show, kind of loudly on your phone. You can do whatever you want in this world. It's up to you. You get to create your own reality, and if that's live streaming the show from the show, you'll probably be escorted out of the theater. I don't know. Who cares? Let's get into the show. Everybody adores today's guest. It's Demi Adejuyigbe. Welcome to I Said No Gifts.
Thank you so much for having me.
How are you?
Is there a new Little House on the Prairie, or is this a thing that you... I'm just curious. I had a lot of questions through that intro, and I was like, don't interrupt, but I would love to know.
There is a new one coming up. By mistake, we just started rewatching the old one, my boyfriend and I. I had never seen it before. What do you mean
by mistake?
Well, not like I slipped on a banana peel.
Yeah.
No, I wasn't aware that the new one was coming up.
Oh, okay.
That they were rebooting the show, and we were out of things to watch because there's nothing left to watch on television.
No, sure, they're all out.
They've run out. It's clean. But I thought, let's try watching this, and he had watched the entire thing, and so he was excited to watch it again. And now we've been watching for months, and we're not done with season 1.
Oh my God! How?
Well, we're slow TV watchers.
Okay.
I think last night we watched episode 23 of season 1. There are a lot of episodes in it.
It's beautiful what TV used to be.
More
episode
than
23.
It's 8 now. We've gotten to 8.
Yeah.
10 is a rare thing.
10 is like they had money and like several A-list stars attached.
Yes.
Yeah.
They had everything going for them.
Yeah.
13, it's unheard of.
Yeah.
8, and then 6, you think, well, they didn't really have an idea.
Yeah, 6 is they didn't believe in it, but someone's son wanted to do it.
They needed to do something to cover 6 hours of TV.
Yeah.
But Little House, I think it went for like 10 seasons. God. It's probably like 300 episodes.
That's so wild. I couldn't tell you a single thing about that show, even though I know it's a phenomenon. But I'm like, I do love that that's how TV used to be. It's like, there's an audience.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That was probably one of 9 shows on TV at the time.
Yeah.
You grew up in Texas.
I did.
And I grew up in Utah. And growing up in Utah, and the show was before my time anyway, but like reruns I was never interested in. I was like, well, that just feels like basically what I'm living in.
Oh, yeah.
Deserty landscape. So I avoided it, but now it's so enjoyable to watch.
Does it feel... The show isn't set in Utah, is it?
No, it's set in Minnesota, but shot in Santa Clarita, California. So
of course. The Minnesota
very close.
of the South.
Yeah.
Now when you watch it, do you feel like it reminds you of like the area you grew up in?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
But then it's kind of almost a weird realm of where are they? Because they're in the desert, but it's supposed to be Minnesota often in winter. But it's like the wind is blowing. It looks very hot.
Yeah.
But the things you get out of the show are the actors actually driving the wagon. Actors on horses, the same actor that you see on within the scenes, and then a lot of raccoons, rats, bats, all sorts of wildlife.
Varmint.
And none of it's special effects. It's just creatures that they've brought in.
Beautiful.
Chickens roaming.
Before they were like, oh, we probably can't do this because we can't control these animals.
Right. Yeah, I feel like the new one is going to drop the ball in a lot of ways.
Certainly. They're going to do like drone spins around a carriage or something.
Oh, if we get a drone intro to the show, I'm done. And they're not going to put a child on a horse.
No.
They're not going to even put an adult on a horse.
They'll shoot it from a way where you're like, okay, that's just like they're being pushed in a parking lot back and forth. And then they'll go to a wide and it'll be clearly like an adult small woman from behind, like doing the buggy motion.
Which has its merits, I
Sure.
suppose. And they are shooting in Canada, which everything now is done as well. But this actually makes sense because that will look like Minnesota.
Okay, yeah.
So maybe it'll get a few things right. I don't know. I probably won't watch it. I've got the rest of the show to watch.
Yeah, cut to 10 years from now, you're like, well, we finished the old one.
Season
Should we
2.
start the new one? It's on season 2.
That's not a bad idea. Within 10 years, maybe this new one will have aged so much that it will feel like a throwback.
Yeah.
And by then, they'll be making one episode a season of each TV show, and we'll be like, wow, remember when they used to make 8?
Yeah. Oh, what happened? Now Ryan Murphy gets to make 2. I can't wait to be like, oh, remember Netflix?
Oh, God. I actually can't wait to say that.
Yeah, right.
You were just in Australia, which we were just talking about.
Yeah.
Were you all over the country? What was going on?
I feel like I was localized to like I was in 3 cities in Australia, and then I went to New Zealand. I went to Sydney, Adelaide, over to Auckland, and then to Melbourne.
Okay.
So not too much of Australia. I felt bad because it's like there's the entire East Coast and like up on the West Coast that I really wanted to visit, but I also was like, I'm here for a month.
Right. And it's a massive country.
Huge country. I also didn't, like, people were like, oh, any spiders and snakes? And it's like, no, I was in the city everywhere, so I didn't see any of that. Not even like a small spider.
Did you get to see a kangaroo at any point?
I saw a kangaroo in New Zealand.
Oh.
I went because I was in New Zealand and I was like, well, I want to go to the zoo. I want to see some wildlife. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I saw a kangaroo. I saw some emus. I feel like I got the full tour of Australian wildlife in New Zealand.
Okay. How was your experience of Australia in general? I've never been there. I feel like to me, I'm like, oh, it's California, the country.
It kind of is.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I'd never been either, and I really loved it. I'd spent a lot of time in New Zealand because I used to date a woman who lived down there, but I'd never been to Australia proper. And I was in the city, and I feel like I was so engrossed in just doing the show that I kind of didn't explore too much, but I really, really liked it. It is like if California was a city that was more walkable or had better like ways to get around without a car.
Right.
Or I guess Los Angeles more than California as a whole. But I really enjoyed it. I feel like everyone I met was so lovely and just, yeah, I kept describing it as like I felt like I was going to space, but it's not that the place is very, very different. It's just like every little thing is like 2 steps away from what I'm used to it being.
Right.
Usually in the way that it's more convenient or more like, oh, that makes more sense when you'd be inventing this thing. But
right.
Yeah.
So it's just like 2 inches into another reality.
Yes.
Well, that sounds nice.
It was very nice. Yeah, I miss it. I want to go back.
How are you getting from city to city?
Just flying.
Flying.
Yeah, short flights though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you have the food? I imagine is good. That's the other thing where I feel like everything has so much sunshine. This is an idiot's view of a country.
I'm an idiot who went there, and I think my view is the same. I did like the food. I couldn't put a handle on what Australian food was.
Right.
But I think it's like when you go to the UK, and it's just like, well, what's great food here? It's like Indian food, and it's like other cultures' food.
Right. Of
colonization.
Course,
this is what we brought back. And I'm like, you know what? That's fine. That's all good.
I feel like the only food I can really associate with Australia is breakfast food.
Yeah.
Because whenever I go to a country, like when I was in Italy or whatever, the best breakfast I would ever eat was at an Australian-run place.
Would it be like toast and like Vegemite or Marmite? Or?
It'd be like just very like generic idea of brunch.
Yeah.
In a good way. You know, avocado and good bread and eggs and bacon. And
I do feel, they got like good, like you said, bread and eggs and like, I wonder what it is about breakfast, because I'm like, I feel like the countries I associate with like strong, good breakfasts are either like European places like the UK or like Wales or like Australia.
Mm-hmm.
And
very like hearty.
Yeah.
I wonder, is it like countries where they have a lot of miners?
Maybe, because they gotta
fill up in the morning.
Yeah, they gotta sauce them up.
Yeah, that's Yeah, and there are other countries, often when you're traveling, you find out most people don't care about breakfast.
Yes. No, I felt, which is comforting to me as someone who here does not really eat breakfast.
Oh, you're kidding. I hate to hear this.
You hate to hear, you a big breakfast head?
I don't understand how people don't do it.
I don't do it because I wake up too late. And also because I feel like growing up, I was just like, all right, I'll just go off. And then it's like, at a certain point, you're like really hungry and then it's lunchtime. And lunch is so much more satisfying because you're like, whoa, I've been waiting for this.
Right.
But I also, it's largely that I wake up too late.
Right. So do you, like, you wake up and you have a coffee and leave?
I don't even have a coffee most of the time.
What's wrong with you?
Several things, but it's mostly the time. I didn't until very recently start drinking coffee, and even then, it's not like a thing. It's like this will be a fun treat, and occasionally it's just like a chai latte, which has no caffeine.
Sure.
But yeah, no, I don't know. My day just. A lot of the problem is also like without a job, my day starts when it's like, well, what do I have to do in the morning?
Right.
So it's like I wake up and be like for this, it was like, okay, well, the thing's at noon, so I'm going to wake up at 11. And then eventually I'll be there. But I've never really drank coffee routinely or had breakfast. And I do wonder if my life would be so much better if I did.
It's hard to say. It might be worse. Way worse.
That's so true. And I'm going to live in that reality, so I feel good about my own.
So have you had lunch today? It's kind of lunch.
I have not. Have I had anything to eat? I had a handful of Skittles before I came here because I left them on my counter and then was walking around. I was like, oh, okay, yeah. So I'm good. Like,
I don't know. I feel like we should bring in some sort of dairy product for you to eat.
No, because then I'm going to really earn dinner. Another handful of Skittles.
Do you have big dinners? Do you like... Because dinner for me is the grand prize.
Yeah.
And it needs to be special.
I don't, but I do. I love cooking and I love like being in the kitchen. So I feel like there are times where it's like I will prepare for the day by going like, okay, what are we having for dinner today? That's what I'm going to be like building towards. Mm-hmm. And it's more exciting when it's like I live with someone or I'm dating someone because it's like, great, I'll cook for both of us. But when it's just me, I'm like, whatever, I'll throw some shit in the pan.
Right.
Yeah.
Like a thing that you really put care into. It's like, well, this is just going into the void.
Yeah.
Someone should be able to witness this.
I'm not impressed. Who cares? I don't want to eat anything. But if it's someone else, it's like, voila, a steak.
Of course. Going back to your trip just momentarily, because the thing that's keeping me from that part of the world is the air travel. Mm-hmm. How long is that flight?
It is, I want to say 16 hours.
Walk me through how you survive that sort of thing.
I'm very good at sleeping on airplanes.
Oh.
Yeah. Which I've heard is a sign that I have very bad sleep patterns in real life, which is
interesting.
correct.
Yeah, it sounds like you were just the 11 o'clock waking up.
Mm-hmm, that'll do it. I have narcolepsy, so I feel like there's also a little bit of like, I can fall asleep.
Right.
Yeah.
It could just happen at any point.
Yeah, I don't even have to be like, they'll be like, it's a 1 hour flight. I'm like, I'm sleeping on that plane. Don't worry.
Oh, I'm so jealous of that.
Don't be. My neck is not happy about it. The thing is to sleep on any plane, even if you're like, people be like, you just got to fly first class. I'm like, first of all, shut up.
Yeah, that's not a solution.
Yeah.
Do not talk about that like that's an easy thing to do.
Yeah, but even it's like, there have been times where I'm like, oh, I'm having this long flight. I'm going to splurge. I'm going to go first class. And I'm like, it's nice to lie down flat. You are still contained to this small box.
Right, that's not really a bed.
No, it's really not. And like, if you're like, oh, I want to bend my knees, it's like, okay, well, you're bending your knees into the side of a very hard, like, plastic container. But I will just sort of like roll up a blanket and put it against the window and complain and like sort of shift every hour. And then it's like, that's half of the flight you've covered because I can't sleep for too long.
Right.
And then what I do is I go through, actually a lot of times it's the other way around. Sometimes on a flight, I will just go through like the in-flight thing and be like, all right, here's every movie that I'm interested in watching, and then I'll fall asleep. And sometimes it's like, I don't get to watch those movies. And sometimes it's like, all right, well, we still got 8 hours. Let's see what we got. And it's just like going through and being like, all right, sure, Twister. Okay, this now. Charlie Wilson's War. Why not?
That's a real airplane movie. Charlie Wilson's
That
War.
is based on the real movie that I watched on my flight to Australia.
That film was made to watch on an airplane.
Yeah. I think Aaron Sorkin's mad if he learns that you watched it in theaters or on DVD.
He campaigned for that not to be in movie theaters. He wanted a straight-to-plane movie.
Yeah.
Somebody's got to do that at some point.
Straight-to-plane movie?
Straight-to-plane movie.
American Airlines got to form like a studio where it's like, we'll fund any movie that's under $1 million, knowing that it won't make any money. It's just going to go straight to plane.
And it needs to be highly emotionally manipulative.
Yeah.
Wow, Charlie Wilson's
And it cannot
War.
have a plane crash in it for many reasons. But
oh, Lord. Yeah. I watched, we went to Japan in April, and like 3 days before, we watched the first episode of The Rehearsal, the new rehearsal, which is all about planes crashing.
Yeah.
It was a very difficult time for me.
I can imagine. Are you not good at plane travel?
I've gotten so bad at it.
Oh, God!
I get worse and worse with each
man.
flight. It feels like eventually I'm going to not be able to get on a plane.
Yeah.
I don't know what's wrong with me.
Did something trigger it, or is it just time and
I guess just time and I think the news recently.
Yeah.
But within the last 2 years, it feels like every time turbulence begins, I just absolutely freak out.
I feel like I used to be like, I'd be like, feel turbulence and be like, nothing I can do about it, and just be like, I would accept death almost, and just be sort of like, maybe what can I do? And I was flying to, I think it was from Des Moines, Iowa, and we had like a layover in Las Vegas, and the flight from Vegas to Burbank is like 50 minutes. Shouldn't be too bad. There was turbulence on that plane that was so bad, I was truly just like, why is no one else? Everyone else seems fucking calm. What's going on? We must be dead already. I was like, I felt bad that no one else was reacting, and I was texting because my ex has a big fear of flying, and I was texting just being like, okay, I feel what you're feeling. I don't understand what's going on. I don't understand what's going on. And I think the worst part is no one else was reacting, so I was just like, I'm crazy. What's going? And that was the first time that I was like, do I have a fear of flying? What's going on?
Yeah, I will often look around and be like, okay, if no one else is panicking, maybe it's fine.
Yeah.
Or maybe I'm right.
Right. There's no way to know.
Yeah, it's a terrible feeling. But I feel like there's nothing I can do to solve that other than people say take a Xanax, but then I think, what if for whatever reason it reacts poorly in my system, and then I'm really freaking out.
Right. And what if it's like, oh, something's going wrong and I'm out of control of my body? And,
right. Yeah. And then I guess it's everybody else's problem.
Yeah.
Plane
Drag me off.
Deal with me.
Yeah.
I get to go viral. All kinds of things are happening.
That's really what it's all about. Yes. Yeah. It could be good for you.
Having a plane meltdown, go viral.
A friend of mine also has a newfound fear of flying, and it didn't help that he went on a flight once. I think it was a flight that happened. It was like we were in San Francisco for Sketchfest when Kobe Bryant died in a helicopter crash. And I think on the flight back from that, he experienced turbulence, and someone else on the plane said, "This isn't normal," and freaked out. And I think that made him just go like, "Okay, I can't do this anymore."
Oh my God! Oh. Awful feeling.
Yeah, really bad.
I was in the Target parking lot when I found out about
really?
Kobe. Yes.
It was weird because I remember someone saying it and us being like, what a weird joke. And then seeing everyone just be like, get on their phones and be like, oh shit.
Yeah.
It's so strange to like have a strong memory of where you are when someone famous dies.
Right.
Like I remember Michael Jackson died and I was at home and I was like, this seems wrong. I don't think so. And I went over the sort of upper balcony railing at my parents' house and just went, Mom. And she's like, yeah, Michael Jackson died. And she was like, oh no. And like, I just remember being like, that's not too strong of a reaction. And then I just remember the rest of the day was me just looking at news and reactions and being like, this is wild. This is really insane.
Yeah, I was working at Overstock.com.
Yeah.
I remember I was copywriting and I find out Michael Jackson died. Ugh. And it was a weird feeling because he was such a complicated person. It was like, I don't know what to think about this.
Yeah.
Also, young death-ish, youngish.
Yeah.
But we were all doing something and just kind of, I don't know what the appropriate reaction was at that time.
Yeah.
Maybe other than confusion.
For me, it was just sort of like, what do you mean? How? Like, I feel like whenever someone dies at an age that isn't like natural death at 90, I'm just like, must have been some weird freak accident. It must have been like they got hit by a car. Like, it's my mind
table
goes to,
saw.
Yeah. Michael Jackson was like, I'm doing a pivot. I'm going to do carpentry. And immediately was like, uh-oh, never mind. I shouldn't have done that.
He was framing a new room in his house or something. I remember where I was when Princess Di died. We were the family was in my dad's truck on our way to what is now Jamba Juice, but at the time was called Zuka Juice.
It used to be called Zuka Juice?
Zuka Juice in Utah.
That's
but then it got bought out by Jamba Juice, I believe.
Oh, so it was a separate
thing. I think Zuka Juice must have been like I'm sure whoever opened that visited a Jamba Juice elsewhere, then came back and was like,
we got to set this up.
Let's do a Zuka Juice.
Yeah.
But we were on our way to Zuka Juice to get a smoothie. Princess Di is dead. That's and I think that's the only other celebrity I can remember dying. What other big celebrities have Pass. I remember where I was when this is such a pleasant topic for everyone.
Yeah.
I was at Kettle Glazed Donuts when I found out David Bowie had died.
I
6
remember
a.m.
6 a.m.
Yes.
Yeah, that's you. Well, you seem like an early riser.
No,
Oh.
but at the time I was working at Jimmy Kimmel. We started working at 7 a.m.
Yeah.
So I would go there and get as much coffee as possible.
And then was that a thing where you're like, shit, how do we cover this on Kimmel now?
No, I think that I can't remember how it was covered that day. That's a great question. I assume there was at least at some point someone said something tasteful, or we just didn't cover it at all. Or maybe we were pre-taping or something. I don't know. Hard to say.
I remember I was, I don't remember where I was when I found out that he died, but I do remember that the previous night we were playing a game and my friend drew the name David Bowie and was like, sorry, I don't know who this guy is.
Whoa.
And we were all like, what? What are you talking about?
He killed David Bowie.
Yeah. He killed David Bowie. He was like, I'm so annoyed of them all talking about this guy. I'm going to kill him. He's dead now.
Wow. David
Yeah.
Bowie.
Really felt like psychic damage to wake up and be like, what the fuck? How did he what? Are you kidding? We were just talking about him.
What was the game you were playing?
Do you know Fishbowl? Some people call it Celebrity.
Oh, of
Where
course,
you put
our friend Ellen.
Oh, yes, our friend Ellen, the inventor of games.
The first person to have fun.
Yeah.
As far as I know.
She taught me it was okay to have fun.
And to dance. She unlocked dance for me.
Yeah. It is funny to think that there might be someone for whom that is true.
That's probably for a lot of people.
And I think that's actually very sweet. Outside of the Ellen of it all, I'm just like, I do think it's sweet. It's just like, this lady who dances on TV and it seems like she's having so much fun, I'm going to do it.
Yes. And then that person's heart was probably broken later on. But Ellen's trying to make a comeback. I just learned yesterday.
Is she?
She's in England selling her house
Sure.
and wants to get back to daytime.
I see.
She's staging a comeback.
Well, in that case, I take back everything I've ever said. Ellen, I'd love to work for you. I'd love to work for you. I was joking. Every time I've said it online, I've been joking.
We were all kidding, Ellen.
We're all kidding. You love jokes.
We have so many game ideas.
Yeah.
Reach out. Ellen DeGeneres, reach out. This could be the start of your comeback tour.
Yes, yeah. Come on the show.
And I will read the list of accusations.
And you can deny each one piece by piece.
Did you see any of her recent special?
I saw clips of it because my friend Kevin T. Porter is the sort of impetus for
one of
her.
the craziest things that's ever happened.
Unbelievable. For Kevin to be the Hannibal Buress of Ellen's downfall is psychotic. And I saw that it is essentially her just going like, they came for me, and just like the opening of it being like the tweet being blurred and like,
oh, his tweet. That's right. I totally forgot. His tweet is in the special.
Being censored, the charity stuff being just like cut out and be like, that's not part of it. And then also her getting series of applause breaks from people just being like, yes,
you're the victim.
Yeah. Which I think is so funny, but I didn't see any of the jokes.
Yeah, I think I probably saw one or two of the jokes. I watched just the beginning, and it's like, well, why would I watch any more of this? But we wish her the best.
Yes, yeah. Ellen, we miss you.
Get back on your feet, Ellen.
Yeah.
Dust yourself up.
Don't let the haters take you down, or your coworkers.
Or anyone else that you want to scream at.
Yeah, don't let anyone tell you that's wrong.
Well, speaking of inappropriate behavior, I was excited to have you here on the podcast today.
Yeah.
I thought Demi will come by, we'll have a nice time, we'll move on with our days. The podcast is called I Said No Gifts. So I was a little surprised, a little thrown. You know, you've been around the block with podcasts.
Yeah.
You showed up holding what is obviously a gift, which I assume is for me.
I misread.
Oh, no.
I thought it was I said no gifts. Like with a comma?
Oh, right.
Yeah, okay. This is so embarrassing.
Well, that feels like an easy mistake to make.
I agree. So let's not go Ellen on me or nothing. But I did in fact bring you some gifts.
Okay.
Yeah.
Should I open it here on the podcast?
I mean, if you want to.
Sure, fine. It's in this delicious little blue bag.
Yeah.
Crunchy. I love this type of paper.
Yeah, I was like, I'm going on a podcast. I want something that makes a lot of noise.
Yes, as much noise as possible.
Yeah. And that's the gift. There's nothing inside. It's just
it's a plaything.
Yeah, it's ASMR.
Let me reach in here. It feels like there are multiple things.
There are.
Does it matter what order I take them
I would
out
say
in?
the first thing you maybe want to be careful with because it might get on your hands.
Oh boy, I'm touching something that may be getting all over my fingers. I'm just gonna pull it out and we'll see what happens.
Go for it.
Oh.
It's a mini key lime pie that I made.
That I've just put my fingers
Yep,
all
just
over.
right into.
Look at that. And I will say there's also a hair in it.
Is there a hair in it?
Is that a hair or a crack?
Wait, let me
That could
see.
be- you inspect.
I do think that is a hair. And what's worse, I think it is a cat hair. It is a distinctly a hair with a gradient. Okay, so
That's totally fine. I assume your cat.
my cat, yes.
Well, I'll have to eat it at some point.
At some point,
Maybe we could get a fork or something in here.
you can eat around the hair.
I'll eat around the hair. I
Also,
don't
my
care.
cat's pretty clean.
I've lived in homes with all sorts of pets.
Well, there you go.
I assume anyone who's had a cat or dog has consumed at least a pound of dog fur.
I do
or
believe
pet fur.
so. And then even more on accident.
Oh, yeah, by accident. Yeah, of course, on purpose, the amount of fur is
pound.
endless.
Yeah.
But by accident, at
get
least
hungry.
1 or 2 strands.
I mean, that's what the dinner we were talking about is.
you're going to eat a lot of cat
A
fur.
lot of cat fur, yeah.
Well, I want to talk about cats and key lime pie, but
Yeah.
are you making a lot of these little pies?
I make a lot of pies in general. The other day, I made a pie for a friend who was moving away temporarily, and I have all of these tiny little graham cracker crusts, and I just had extra key lime pie filling, so I was like, let me just make extra, and I've just been
Right.
dishing them out.
Oh, that's
But
so
yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
How long have you been making pies for?
I have been someone who likes to bake all my life, but I feel like pies have been pretty recent. Like I would say in the pandemic when everyone's getting into baking, I was like, what's a thing I can bake that I can also distribute to friends?
Right.
And pies and cakes felt like a thing where it's like, oh, it's a friend's birthday. I can go and drop this off and say hi to them and talk to them and whatnot. But it's also just so, I think pies are things that can be made easily and feel like the ratio of difficulty to the amount of exuberance people feel in receiving is like, it's just like, you've done this huge thing. I'm like,
Feels like a miracle.
yeah, I'm like, it's not that hard, but I love to do it. I love to follow the instructions. Thank you so much. Instructions of someone having putting them online and they're just like, I've made a thing. I've done science.
Right.
But yeah. And also there's certain, it's like the amount that you can decorate a pie is so fun. When it's like an apple or a rhubarb pie and you can do like lattice work.
Oh, I
and put
love the
letters
lattice
on it.
work.
Yeah.
We're cutting a shape out of it.
Yes.
What was the first pie you made?
I think the first pie I made was probably like just a standard apple pie.
Oh, okay. That feels like kind of high level difficulty.
I don't think I was doing like lattice or anything. I think it was
Okay.
just like, I'm just going to put the crust on top and have it. And I'm sure it didn't turn out well, but yeah.
Are you making your own like pie crust?
Mhm.
See, that's the reason I never try.
Why?
I would try a graham cracker crust. I
Yeah.
get that. That makes sense to me.
Yeah.
And it's hard to screw up butter and graham cracker.
Yes, it's very, yeah.
But with the pie crust, you know, I feel like every recipe is almost threatening you. Like, if you don't do this, if you don't refrigerate the water, blah, blah,
The
blah.
refrigeration part is, it's like, it's a lot of prep. You have to decide ahead of time that you're going to make a pie from scratch. And it's being like, okay, well, I'm making a pie tomorrow, so today I'm going to make a crust.
Right.
Which is sometimes annoying, especially when it's like, make it in a circle and then cut it in half, and it's like, it crumbles sometimes. But I just feel like it's another step, and I'm like, when there's more stuff I can do, that's fun and takes up time, and there's less I have to do another thing.
What a healthy attitude.
I agree.
My baking, I can't plan ahead. That's my big
Yeah.
problem. So the only thing I can ever make is a cookie because that's just one thing. You do it,
Yeah.
and then you're done.
I do love that though, where it's just like, I got to bring something to this thing. I'll make a cookie.
Right. Make a cookie I really do think if you make anything at home, people are going to be like, wow, what a life he's living.
Yeah.
Who is this Renaissance man
like-
that he's able to do something?
It's like, well, I'm not living a life, which is why I'm able to do it.
Yeah, I
actually.
have so much time. You have no idea.
Yeah.
What's your favorite pie to make?
So until very recently, I had not had or made key lime pie, and I
Right.
made it for a friend, and she was like, "How have you not had this? You should try a slice." And I tried it, and I was like, "This is actually like." I also rarely eat the things that I'm baking. 'cause I just feel
Sure.
like it's for someone else.
Right.
But I really enjoyed that, and I feel like I've made so many since. And then we'll make like whipped cream and do little decorations on it, and I like that. But I do like a strawberry or rhubarb pie, just because again the lattice work and getting the cutout
Right.
shapes, put stuff on it, I think is so fun.
What do we think rhubarb is?
Nobody knows, and it is confusing every time I buy it because I'm just like, this is a fruit. It's like a bitter fruit.
But also celery?
Yeah, and also if you eat it raw, it's poisonous.
Is that true?
That is true.
I feel like I've eaten raw rhubarb.
You're one of our strongest soldiers then.
I feel like as a
taken me
kid I
down.
was obsessed with raw rhubarb.
Really?
Yeah, because it's like sour.
It is sour. Yeah, maybe it's if it's not cooked in a certain... I feel like I've heard this many a time.
Oh, no.
Maybe it's like when you're a child, everything is fine. Or it's like you were getting sick and you're just like, I don't know what it is.
This could explain a lot of things about my personality.
Yeah. They're just like, there's no way to know what this is. Keep chewing on that rhubarb.
Yeah, because I feel like I would eat it almost like celery.
Yeah.
And you usually, the only time you hear of rhubarb is essentially in a strawberry rhubarb pie.
Yeah.
And it feels like it has no other use.
It's not, it's also like it's with strawberry.
Right.
At a certain point, I'm like, it feels like this should just be one fruit.
Yeah, hybrid.
Yeah.
That feels like something.
Strawbarb.
Strawbarb.
Barberry. Barberry.
The options are endless.
Yeah.
It feels like somebody's got to start working on that. Although texturally, it might start to be a little bit of a freak.
Yeah.
Strawberries are, I guess they both have a snap, though. A good strawberry isn't like mushy.
No, but I feel like the texture of a strawberry on the outside is like, it has the little seed dimples, and I love that so much. And I'm like, don't give it to rhubarb. Rhubarb, it's just flat. It's celery.
Right.
It's like crunchy. I don't know.
And to see all those little seeds in a long celery stalk would be
unpleasant.
Mortifying.
Yeah. So this is why they haven't done that.
That's why you and I don't work for Monsanto.
Yeah.
But does Monsanto do this sort of thing?
Make
genetic vegetables?
I'm sure they do.
They're doing the GMOs.
And if it's like, if someone's like, no, they don't, I'm like, well, publicly, probably not.
Yeah, they've got a real Dr. Moreau. Is that the thing?
Yes, yeah.
The island of Dr. Monsanto.
They've got a basement where like someone's just whipping like fruits that like gotta like get back.
Okay, I want to try this pie. You don't have to if you don't want to.
I mean, I've had.
We're gonna get it out of. I'm gonna get away from the hair.
If you must.
I'll save that for later. A little midnight snack.
Do you have pets?
Yeah. I just.
Sorry to ask a question right as you eat.
So rude.
Talk now.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That's a good lime flavor.
Yeah.
Very tart, which I enjoy.
I also, the thing about a key lime pie is when you buy the ingredients for one pie, it's like now you have the stuff you just have a bag of key limes because no one sells like 2 key limes.
Right.
So I will just be like, okay, well, who wants pie, everybody? I got to make fucking 4 pies to make this worth it.
I'm drowning here.
Yeah,
right.
please.
Right. No, but to answer your question, we just got a puppy about a month and a half ago.
Yeah.
And she's fantastic. You have one cat.
I do have one cat. I used to have a dog. He was a senior dog. Every time I hear about someone getting a puppy, I'm just like, I cannot imagine that.
Well, that's that was my thought as well.
Yeah.
We had a dog up until 2023, and she passed away.
Mm-hmm.
And my boyfriend got her when she was 1, so she was young but not a puppy.
Yeah.
And he came to her very well trained. Whoever had her before had done some training.
Yeah.
So it was just it was a cakewalk with her. And I've had a puppy, like as a kid we had a puppy, and I know that it's a process you have to go through. It's a tough situation. And I said absolutely no to a puppy. But then we started going to shelters and stuff and trying to find a dog, and eventually we found this picture of Bonnie, our dog. And it was just... of course, it's nature tricking you, where it's like, look at this creature. Of course you want it. And so we got her, and she's been fantastic. My boyfriend, I think, was a little like, I can't believe that she has energy.
Mm-hmm.
I can't believe she wants to chew on things.
Yeah.
But like, as far as a puppy goes, she's been as good as she possibly can.
Totally.
Because I did not want to deal with a puppy. And basically, we haven't had to. She's huge, though.
Yeah.
She started maybe this big, and she's, I think, 35 pounds at this point.
And she's going to be...
she's a Rottweiler.
Oh,
so she's going to be like 85 pounds, maybe.
Yeah.
But it's fun when you have a puppy because you're like, I think this is also how I felt when I had my sister had her first daughter. I was like, I want to know you at every age.
Yeah.
So it's just like, I don't care what size or whatever you are. Yeah. It's just, I'm sure it'll be lovely the whole time.
I do remember thinking, like, with my dog, when I got so attached to him and just being like, I wish more than anything I could know who you were when you were small. But also because I'm like, he was so sweet and, like, never barked and was just very nice and friendly to everyone. I'm like, how did you get this way? What happened? But yeah.
Oh, right. I mean, the amount of, like, Googling, and I came close to hiring a private eye to get pictures of our old dog Edie, photos of her as a puppy. I was desperate to see pictures of this animal as a baby.
And the private eye would just be like, I'll just go find a dog that looks similar.
I'll just take a picture. I'll go to like a breeder and take a picture of this sort of dog for you.
Yeah, they're like, we'll use AI to make the dog smaller.
It's did you ever watch that Errol Morris documentary Tabloid?
No.
Oh, it's so good. It's not about dogs, basically. It's about a woman who kidnapped a Mormon missionary in England and kind of turned him into her sex thing for a little while.
Oh, wow.
And it became this giant tabloid thing in the 70s. But then she disappeared, and I guess this is kind of a spoiler, but whatever. She ended up being the first person to clone her dog. So later, like decades later, suddenly she's in the news again, but for this other crazy reason.
What? Wait, and was it are they connected in any way where it's like the cloning thing is the...
No. She just like, I wonder if there was some desperation for attention.
Yeah.
But she just loved her dog, which I think was named Booger. And I remember like, it must have been 20 years ago or something, like the first dog got cloned in Korea or whatever. Yeah. And it was her. This lady just kept getting in the news. And then I worked at a talk show when I first moved to LA, and apparently I was banned from answering the phone because I was so bad at answering the phone. But
and now you host a podcast.
Yes. Again, what's happening?
Yeah.
It was too many buttons.
Yeah,
too many. I can't push hold and then send and
no,
whatever.
Actually, it sounds stressful.
Oh, it's so stressful. Yeah. You have no idea. But do you know Patrick McDonald?
Yes. Yeah.
He worked at the show as well. Mm-hmm. He was allowed to answer the phones. And I believe it was him that was telling me that this lady would call in trying to like book herself as a guest on the show.
Oh my God. That's insane. What, is she in jail now?
I don't know. We should check. Whoever you are, reach out.
Let's have her. We'll have her and we'll have Ellen on the same show.
Same show.
Yeah.
She probably would reach out, to be honest. It sounds like she wants to be on something.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind. Oh, and also, former Mormon here. Oh, I'm putting myself in danger.
Oh, that's very true, yeah. Well, anything for the scoop.
Anything for the scoop. I'm a journalist.
Yeah. Maybe it's also not a type that she has, as much as it was like she did it once and now she's actually like, I've been there. Yeah. I don't want, no thank you.
I've closed the chapter on that.
Yeah.
No, she's out there somewhere, I think in Wyoming, potentially still cloning dogs.
Gosh.
But I mean, truly the most immoral thing you can do pet-wise, clone your dog.
Yeah. I just can't imagine the desire for that. And also, because it's like people going like, I want this exact dog again. I'm like, that's not how it's going to go.
Do you know how anything works?
Yeah, it's so environment-based and all. Yeah, it's just not, it's wild.
And putting the pressure on that poor creature you've created to become the same animal.
I'm also just a little like, you gotta learn. The thing there is really just you need to learn to let things go. Not in a way of like, I would never say that when they're grieving, but in the way that it's like, if your attachment to something is so strong that you're like, instead of letting it go or being upset that it has died and like coming to terms with grief, I'm gonna use science to replicate it exactly. I'm like, there's millions of stories of like cautionary tales about that exact thing. Maybe
like legends and myths.
Yeah, I don't think you should do that.
They never turn out well.
Not once.
Unless you found out that the dog actually went to hell and you have to rescue it by cloning it.
Yeah.
Now there's a story.
There's a story.
There's an interesting.
You clone it and you're like, this time I'm gonna do it right. I'm gonna teach it how to be a good dog so it goes to heaven.
Which, we shouldn't rule anything out.
No.
How old's your cat?
My cat is, I think, a little over 2.
Oh, a baby.
Yeah, very much baby.
Where did you get it?
So, just before, my dog passed away also in 2023 around Halloween, but a few weeks before he passed away, a friend of mine who was moving to Alaska just texted me being like, Demi, there's like a cat in my yard. I don't know what's going on. I was like, oh shit, I'm sorry. Do you want help? And then she didn't respond. And like 10 hours later, she's like, this cat is still in my yard and like meowing and trying to get in here. And I don't know what to do because I'm about to leave town. I can't deal with this. And she had dogs and was like, I can't deal with this at all. And so I was like, okay, I've lived with a cat before. I can come and take the cat and like foster it. And I was like, I'm not keeping this cat though. And I named him TBD because I was like,
perfect.
I was like, I'm not giving him a name or anything. But then at a certain point, it's like, well, I gotta get a litter box so he has somewhere to pee, and I'm gonna get him food. And I had all the provisions, and was like, I'm gonna try and teach him to be whatever. And he got along with my dog just fine. But I also was like, I can't deal with this cat and this dog. It's a lot. And I was just like, at a certain point, my dog was dying, and my friends kept like, throughout the process of my cat being there, people kept just being like, you're obviously going to keep the cat. I was like, no, I'm not. I'm not doing it. I'm just not, I don't want a cat. And then like the day before my dog passed, I had friends come over to say goodbye, and my dog's name was Clooney because it fit his vibe, but also because to me, I was like, well, I love Ocean's 11. I was like, Clooney is the vibe of this dog.
Right.
And so the day before, friends came over and they were like, so you're obviously going to keep the cat. What name do you think you're going to give it? And I was like, I'm not doing that. And they were like, let's go through a bunch of names from the Ocean's franchise that you could get. And it's like Bernie, Mac, Kate, and they were like, Elliot Gould. And I was like, I'm not doing any of these. And they were like, what about Terry Benedict? And I was like, Terry Benedict. It's kind of like,
kind of nice.
It's like TBD. Kind of Terry, but yeah. If I kept the cat, I would. And then like it was my dog passed away, and I was pretty quickly just sort of like, it's nice to have another animal in the house. I'm gonna keep the cat. And so I kept him, and then my ex was basically like, when she would come over, would call him Benny, as short for Terry Benedict, and that stuck. And so now his name officially is Benny, but like on the vet form, it's Terry Benedict. Right. But yeah, Terry Benedict being the villain from Ocean's 11, of course.
So when you go to the vet, do they, like the nurse comes out and says, Terry Benedict?
Yes. And it does nothing to him because he only responds to Benny, but yeah.
Yeah, cat names are interesting because you rarely use them.
Yes. I feel like a lot of times they don't answer them at all.
No.
And it does just feel like a way to be like, here's my way of acknowledging the creature that is also in this space.
Right.
My cat very recently has been answering to it and will be like, I'll be like in bed and I'll just be like, Benny, and he'll come running out of nowhere and just jump into bed with me, which I think is just because I was gone for so long that now he misses me.
Right.
So he'll get over that quickly.
What color of cat?
He is gray, short hair. Yeah.
I love a good cat.
Very sweet guy.
I love a sweet cat.
Very rambunctious.
Well, should I keep going in the bag?
Oh, I thought you meant on the pie. I was like, you don't
should
have
I finish
to...
the pie?
I was like, this is
I'm
not
a Matilda situation.
Yeah. Every bite. But yes, please keep going.
All right. Okay. Now this is a larger object.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It's a 3D film camera.
Wait, a 3D?
Yeah.
How I don't know that I've ever heard of this.
So basically, it shoots like if you have a roll of like 24 exposures on a roll of film, it will shoot half frames, and it'll shoot 3 half frames at once.
Right.
Which you then, when you get the film back, you can like put it in an app or line them up. So it's basically you have them like move together in like a stereogram way. I can show you.
Yeah,
an example.
Spatially, I'm very bad, so I need this shown to me.
It's hard to describe, honestly. But let me just find one here. It'll be like...
Whoa!
Yeah.
Is this a new thing?
Not really.
Because this camera looks, like...
It's old.
An older camera.
I want to say that's from the 90s. In the 80s, I believe, there was a camera called Nishika N300, I want to say.
Okay.
That used to shoot 4 lenses. And it's very similar, and I think that's probably when this kind of thing started.
Right.
They don't do it a lot anymore, but I have like 2 of these and was like, well, I'm going to give you this one.
Oh my God.
I think it's my favorite type of party camera.
Right.
And it's just a lot of fun.
Wow, where did you get it?
I want to say I got that one in New York.
And how did you become aware of these?
I'm a big camera and film guy.
Okay.
I have, I think, 31 different cameras.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and I use all of them. Not like routinely, but it's like if I buy a new camera, the intention, it's like I'm not just collecting them. It's like I bought this because I want to use it.
The experience of it.
Yeah. And I think that like with these ones, I want to say that I saw it online. Someone was like, that's interesting. I'd love to buy one of that. And I bought a different one. And then that one broke and I bought this one. And then I bought the original one because I missed it.
Right.
But it's just, I love going to a party and shooting photos with this. And everyone like really enjoys it when I get it back. And it just feels so much more lively to have a photo that shows like space.
Of course, it's so cool.
Yeah.
What were they doing initially before apps? Like, how would you experience it?
That is such a good question. I genuinely don't
know. Until 10 years ago, you just couldn't use these.
Yeah. I wonder if it was like video. Like because it's not like so new that it is for phones. I don't think.
I'm like imagining, like those little stop or the flip book thing.
Maybe.
Something like that. Yeah, because I can't... And maybe the technology was ahead of its time and it was unusable for decades.
They were like, well, now you have 4 photos that look exactly the same with slight differences. Maybe it was like in video in some way.
Right. Some sort of, they put it on a tape or something, which seems deeply inconvenient.
Yes. It's like, hey, you guys want to see like a second of some photos?
Just a flickering photo on my TV.
I'm not sure what they did before.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite camera you work with?
I have a go-to camera that I shoot like everything with, because all of my cameras aside from one are film cameras, and I will shoot with it's a Canon EOS 1N, which is just like it's a standard, but it's like it has autofocus, it's digital, but with film, and that's a camera that I'll take everywhere with me if it's like I'm going on a walk or I'm on a trip. It's like standard and fast, and just I don't have to like manually focus anything.
Right, quality but quick.
Yes,
interesting. And what got you into cameras?
I think I've had, there was like a film camera I had for like 10 years that I would use every so often, but there was a 2 years ago, I was working on a show that shot in Puerto Rico.
Okay.
And I had to be in Puerto Rico for 3 months, and I took this camera with me. And I feel like that's when it really, I was like, I can just walk around and have a camera, and that's a thing to do. Because I think I'm bad at traveling.
It's an immediate activity.
Yes.
Totally.
And it made me like sort of be like, oh, now I'm thinking about how I look in the world and how I do things. And then I got into like it was like, I also, as someone who like directs and wants to be more of a director, I think like shooting on film means that I have to be particular about the way that I frame things.
Right.
And therefore it's like, I think it makes me better at composition and understanding what I like in a photo.
You actually have to think it through.
Yeah.
You have fewer chances.
Yeah.
It also gives you like an authority that I feel like a phone doesn't.
Yes.
When you have a camera, people are like, yeah, of course he's taking photos.
Sir, right this way.
That's what he would do with this thing.
Yes, yeah.
Whereas with the phone, feels
Couldn't
like
do
you're trying
anything.
to sneak it, or I don't know. There's
Yeah.
interesting.
I also feel like I care so much more about the photos I take on a proper camera.
Oh yeah.
Than with my phone, which I'm just like, I'll forget. It's like, oh yeah, there's a 2 screenshots of my Uber Eats in here, and then also a photo of my cat, and it's just like,
There's
I
a
forgot.
QR code from a flight.
Yeah.
Things like that.
But yeah, and then I got into like developing film and like different types of film formats, and it just became a thing that like now is like a huge hobby of mine.
Are you developing, like you're in the dark room?
Yeah.
Do you have a dark room at your house?
Mm-hmm. I have like a little half bathroom downstairs in my house, and I just sort of, when I don't have people over, I'll be like, okay, that's the room where I'm developing film. There's chemicals, and I got the window open. And,
Right.
Yeah.
I love the smell of film bath.
It's really nice.
Yeah. What is that? It's like almost dangerous.
Yeah, I do think there's a world in which I would have someone over and they'd be like, hey, actually, I can tell that this is not good for my brain. But I'm sure I do it a lot. I think it's probably fine.
I'm doing this constantly.
Yeah, every day. Yeah.
Did you study film or like photography or anything in school?
No, I studied film, but it was never a thing that I didn't use a dark room in school or anything.
Right.
I think it is just truly like I got into the hobby of film, and then by extension would like get into like subreddits where they were talking about film and then talking about film development and talking about other things, or I'd go to the place where I go to buy film and be like, what are all these supplies that you have around me? And then just be like, the curiosity just carried me into being like, well, now I want to do all of this.
Right. It really can become such a rich hobby.
Yeah.
With just kind of never-ending
Emphasis
options.
on rich. It is
so
it is
expensive.
fully, you need to, even just to be like, I'm going to shoot on film and develop it, it's like, okay, well, you're going to have to pay for the development.
Literally, if you have a disposable camera at this
Yes.
point, it's like, well, it's still going to cost a decent amount of
Yeah.
money to even get this developed.
Which I do. One thing I love about having like a dark room or like chemicals is occasionally friends, I'll just be like, if anyone wants to develop their film for free from a disposable, I'll do it with you like in my bathtub. And
Wow.
then it's like it's fun to like teach my friends how to do it and also just be like, look at the photos. You look at them right now. But yeah, that's always a blast.
Wow. So do you develop in color?
Mhm.
Wow. That's really next level. In my high school, we had a photo class and we could develop in black and white.
Yeah. You know what's weird is because I feel like everyone starts learning in black and white, and like I was told that is the easier way to do it. But for me, black and white is so much more complicated because it's very specific to the film.
Right.
Versus color, it's like every color roll is a standard like time and you can do a bunch of color rolls at once.
Interesting.
So I think maybe it's just like because the chemistry is like different or more dangerous that it is a little more like you have to do it specifically. I don't know.
Yeah,
To me, color's been easier.
Yeah, it kind of like makes no sense logically or within the rules of reality. to
Yeah.
me. It's like, where do the colors come from? What's happening?
Honestly, genuinely don't understand it. And I'm like, so if I develop color in the black and white chemical, is it going to be black and white or is it going to be like
Right.
I don't ask questions.
Have you had any big disasters?
Actually, not like bad big disasters, but there's been like one time where like the chemicals had sort of worn out and I didn't realize it, and I developed a friend's 2 disposal rolls, and I was just like, these are very faded. Okay, so I think I realized what happened, and like I had to like edit them in Lightroom the best I can, but she was just like, that's okay, I don't care. But I was very like, oh god, I fucked up your photos you could have taken to a place and had nice photos.
Right, there's no do-over there.
There's which really bums me out.
You kind of ruined her memories in
Yes,
a
I
lot
did.
of ways.
And I ruined a lot of my own memories too. It's very temperate also because it's like there'll be times where like the film gets stuck in a camera, or I've like rolled my own film and I did it wrong, so it all came out.
This stresses me out in a huge way.
I went to a friend's wedding recently, and first of all, I brought 4 cameras, which is crazy, but I knew that she would appreciate it, so I was like, that's great. I shot her engagement photos.
Oh, that's very
I
sweet.
Like, brought like a Super 8 camera. I had a lot of stuff that I was doing, but then we went to a baseball game the next day, and one of the rolls got like stuck in the camera, and I was like, well, in order to get it out. I have to open it in broad sunlight.
It's like a heist.
Yes, and it didn't successfully do the heist because I just went, all right.
It's ruined.
Yeah, and I was like, okay, I'll just undo it when I get home. But like, so a lot of the rolls from that camera from the actual wedding, I was like, I didn't get.
Right.
But then luckily, I had my 3D camera.
Sure.
I had my Super 8. I had a medium format camera that was really heavy.
Are you, you want to be directing more? Have you directed anything recently?
Not recently. I directed a short film for some friends last year, and I'm probably going to direct another short this year. But I also, I feel like I've been just like, I have a movie that I want to direct that I just am like, I need to finish writing it because it's so important to me. I keep being like, later.
Oh, right, of course. It could take the rest of your life.
Oh, let's hope not. It should just be like, finish it this week. It's just edits. But I'm like, but I can't if it's not perfect.
Yes, I know that feeling very well.
Yeah.
Well, you'll get it done eventually.
Let's hope.
Or you won't, and who cares?
Or I'll die.
We'll all die
today.
We could all be on a plane right now.
Yeah. Yeah, every time I get on a plane, I'm like, I'm going to write now. And it's like, no, you won't. You're going to die instead.
Is there anything else we should say about this camera? I'm so excited about this.
I don't know if there's... No. Yeah, it's like there's a little counter on top because it's like basically if you're shooting 24... a roll that has 24 photos on it, you're actually shooting 18 photos.
Right.
Or 18 of the 3D photos. Shooting 36, it's 24.
Okay.
Nothing else to say. I don't know how to...
Well, I'm glad you say that because the math in my head was way off.
Yeah.
I won't even reveal what I thought the amount of photos would be taken.
You're like, it's taking 3 times as many photos.
So I get to take 1,000 photos?
That's right. No.
Oh, I'm so excited about this. Yeah. I'll have to take some pictures and put them on Instagram at some point. Does Instagram allow you to put them on?
Yes. It's as a video, so it'll just be kind of a boomerang-y thing. But
pre-boomerang. Do they still do boomerangs?
I'm sure the kids don't.
Right, but they're probably planning to. That'll be like a throwback pretty soon.
Yeah, they'll be like, oh, remember boomerangs? Oh, look at me, I'm 30. And it'll be like, okay, I'm older than that.
Boomerangs, they didn't last that long.
No, it's also like, it's not that interesting of a thing. It's
No.
like, what if a video was short and went backwards at the end? And I'm like, where does it start? What's the action?
What
here?
am I getting from this?
Yeah.
And why is this better than a picture?
If boomerangs came before video, it'd be massive.
Oh, of course.
It's like at that point you can just do a longer video. Why would you have a boomerang?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, it was a bad idea on Mark Zuckerberg's part.
Yes.
We'll blame him. Well, I'm so excited about this. There's nothing else in here.
No, there's not.
Good. I've gotten what a gift. What a delicious and wonderful gift I've been given.
Yeah.
I think we should play a game.
Let's.
We're going to play a game called Gift or a Curse, but I need a number between 1 and 10 from you.
7.
Okay, I have to do some light calculating to get our game pieces.
Okay.
So right now you can recommend,
Sorry, the way that,
and let's not talk about my math skills.
I was like, the way I said it was like, oh, I don't know about that, Bridger. It's more that you just said that you were bad at math, so I was like, okay, well, okay. Sorry, what were you saying instead?
Right now you can recommend, promote, do whatever you want. I'll be right back. Did you give me a number already?
I said 7.
7, that's right. Okay.
I don't know that I have much to promote. I shot a special recently. It's called Demi Adejuyigbe is going to do one backflip. And it is going to come out sometime this year. I think November, but I also don't hold me to that. On Dropout, where I also am doing a lot of other performing stuff. Aside from that, do I have anything to promote? Fantastic Four in theaters now. I'm not involved with it, but I also haven't seen it. So also, I could see it before this comes out and be like, I didn't like that very much. What else? Have you heard the music of LCD Sound System? Also not involved with them. I do like them, though, so I know that that's good.
They could use a foot up.
Yeah, they're not doing well. They're struggling. LCD Sound System needs the Demi boost.
They're coming in September with Pulp.
They sure are.
I want to see Pulp. I'll see LCD Sound System. I haven't bought tickets, so
I want to go to that, but I think I'm not going to be in town. But every time I've seen an LCD Sound System show, I have a moment where I'm actively thinking this is one of the best moments of my life. Which is
where are you going to be?
New York.
Oh, shame.
Yeah, worst city in the world.
Worst city on the planet, in the universe, I would say.
And I'm just going for fun. I'm just going because I want to be there.
Big mistake.
Why?
Another obvious mistake.
Yeah.
Okay, this is how we play Gift or a Curse. I'm going to name 3 things. You'll tell me if they're a gift or a curse and why. Mm-hmm. Then I'll tell you if you're right or wrong because there are correct answers.
Of course.
And you can lose.
Shit.
So just be nervous.
Yeah, I'm there.
Okay, this first one is from one of our Patreon listeners who goes by the name Old Timey Juvenile. I assume that's their Christian name. Gift or a curse, targeted ads on Instagram for things you would actually want to purchase.
Ooh, I'm going to say I've had this many times, and I do end up purchasing a thing, and then people will compliment me on it. I have to go, thanks. It's from an Instagram ad. So I'm going to say curse, because when it is a thing that you want, and if people are like, that's really cool, you then have to say, it's from an Instagram ad.
The least cool thing you could possibly say.
You could just be like, oh, thank you. I wish I remember where I got it's vintage. But they'll know. No, yeah, curse, because it's from an Instagram ad. No matter how good it is, you have to own up to the fact that it's because they saw everything that you like and went, I bet you like this, you little fucking piggy. And you're like, I do.
Yeah, every time someone's told me that, I'm like, well, you just didn't have to tell me that.
Yeah.
You could have just said thank you.
I feel like I feel guilty. I'm just like, I don't want them to look it up or be like, I gotta know where that's from. It's like, they'll find it.
Right.
Know.
Then it'll be even more embarrassing that I kept it from them.
Yeah, it's like, damn, you're on that phone too much.
Yeah. I guess I do that with any compliment on clothing. I just immediately undercut it.
Yes.
Say, well, like, tell them where I got it from and how cheap it was.
Yeah.
Rather than just saying thank you.
Yeah. Oh, thank you so much. But I think it's like that's how you either keep the conversation going or you're like, I know it's going to be the next question, so let me just say, I got it from the trash.
Well, you're wrong.
Oh.
It's a gift.
Oh.
For me, I feel so strong. They've never gotten me.
Yeah.
They've shown me things I would like to buy.
Wow.
And I say no every single time.
Okay. Well, it's a gift because you're strong enough.
It's a gift. It's shown me how strong I can be.
Yeah.
And how strong I continue to be. They have more information on me than even my partner.
Mm-hmm.
No one in the world knows more about me than the internet. And they still can't get me.
Still can't get you.
They can show me whatever they want. I'm not going to buy it.
Yeah.
So it's a gift for showing me how strong I am.
That's a good point.
So for next time you're tempted, be strong.
There are times where I'm like, I think you think I need this, and I definitely don't. But it's always something stupid. It'll be like, don't you? I did see this once for like an app that is like an email sort of thing, and they're like, aren't you sick of paying $30 a month for email? And I'm like, that's not. You lost me. You fucked up.
That's not a real problem.
It's not a real problem.
Who's
I don't have
that a problem
that. You think I'm different? Sorry, I'm scrolling away.
Who's spending $30 a month on email?
I don't know, but it haunts me because I'm just sort of like, oh, I think, I don't. That's not for me. I also saw one. I think about this a lot. I saw one that's just sort of like, we'll take care of the vacation. You just show up and you won't even know where you're going until you land. And I'm like, that is human trafficking.
Yeah.
That is absolutely not a service.
This is coming from the dark web.
Yes. These are things that they're just like, they think I'm either richer than I am and I'm spending money poorly, or they're like, you want the experience of being hunted for sport, but you don't want to admit it.
Wow. Bad business concept, but it probably works.
I'm
works
sure
on somebody.
Does. Yeah.
Okay, you've gotten one wrong so far, and that's fine. Number 2, this is from a Patreon listener named Cashley. Gift or a curse, color contact lenses.
Curse, I'm going to say.
Why?
I feel like, I don't know, I feel like wearing a colored contact lens makes you look and feel so interesting, but it also does just feel like, I guess it's probably a gift to the person wearing them because, like, wow, how interesting to imagine I have a different eye color. But it does just feel a little like, what a weird. Everyone thinks you have that eye color. I don't know. That's so strange to me. If I met someone, I was just like, you have such striking eyes, and then they were like, thank you, and then over time you were like, okay, I gotta admit, they're different.
I got them from an Instagram ad.
Yeah, unless it's like, Instagram knows that you really hate your eyes. I guess if it is a color that it's like, that's so, like if it's like red eyes, it's like, oh, that's only interesting, but also still, I think, disorienting in a way. I'm going to say stick with curse.
Correct. Curse. I mean, come on. It's never worked for anybody.
Yeah.
It's almost always a psycho. It almost always makes you look like you work at a vape store or something. It never looks right.
Yeah.
Even if it's like basically like, oh, that person would have that color of eyes, it doesn't look right.
It feels like something in like a weird dystopian sci-fi where it's just sort of like, I've decided I want purple eyes. I'm like, okay, well, we don't have to talk that long. No offense to anyone who loves their color contacts. That's great for you. The conversation will be short.
And the other thing is every eye is nice looking.
Yeah.
They're all interesting colors already.
Yes, yeah.
Don't be insecure about the color of your eye.
The thing you've had since birth that will like, no one's going like, oh, brown eyes, brown. I guess probably people do, but I think at a certain point you have to be like, they're wrong, actually.
I'm 53.
Yeah.
Yeah, correct. Curse. If you want to change the color of something, dye your hair.
Yeah.
Get a new shirt.
Right. Wear glasses. You can wear fake glasses. I think I'm okay with that.
Fake glasses, go for it.
Yeah.
It's an accessory.
I agree.
It helps frame your face, whatever. The only guy who gets to do it is that guy from Limp Bizkit. Who had the black eyes. Remember that guy? The bassist for Limp Bizkit? What was his name? I feel like we talked about him very early on in this podcast. But
you bring him up every episode, and you're just like, you don't know this guy? I feel like I'm always talking about him.
I'm haunted by his image. He wore like black contacts, so it was just like all pupil.
That
kind of a
works
cool new metal look.
Yeah, that works for new metal. But if I just met him out and about and he's wearing that, I'd be like, no. You're off the stage right now. You take that shit off. That is for music videos and for performing only.
You're making everyone uncomfortable.
Yeah, no one likes it, man. You look possessed.
You look spooky.
Yeah.
Okay, so now you've gotten one right, so that's good. And
you look like a member of Gorillaz, like the cartoon members.
Oh my God! See, they can wear them.
They can wear them.
They can do whatever they want,
also,
fashion-wise.
If I'm talking to 2D, and if I'm in the real world, I'm talking to my best friend 2D, and he's got the contacts on, I say, take them out. Take them out.
Gorillas, do whatever you want to do. Okay, number 3. This is from Emily. Gift or a curse when someone says you already told me when you're telling a story.
Curse. Huge curse. How fucking dare you? Let me just do it. Actually, oh wait, no. I came out of the gate real hot. It's like, actually.
This has happened before.
I've changed my mind immediately because I think if I got to the end of it and then learned that they were just like, yeah, we're just humoring you. We let you tell me if I've told you already. I came out too hot on that. Tell me if you told me already. I don't want to waste your time. I don't think it's so interesting of a story that like I need you to go through it again. And also, if I tell it differently because I forgot a detail and now you realize like, wasn't what you said last time.
Dealing with the liar.
I look like an asshole. So it's a gift.
Correct.
Yeah.
It's a gift. I think a lot of people have that same reaction because it is a startling thing for someone to be like, I don't want to hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
But it saves everybody some time.
Yeah.
Unless you're the greatest storyteller to ever live, I don't want to hear your story another time.
I agree.
What you do need, as the person who's saying you already told me, is you need to say that early on.
Yeah.
And in a nice way. Say, oh, you actually told me this already.
Oh, wait, no, I remember you said this.
Yes, that's a way to say it.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember you. There you go. Then
Yeah.
you're saying you're the problem.
Yeah, and also it's like you say it in a way where it's exciting. It's like, now we can engage about it. You've skipped the beginning. Let's just talk about the rest.
Right. You obviously can't stop talking about this boring story.
Yeah.
So let's get into it. I think it's a gift.
It feels similar to, I think my gut reaction came from the feeling of like, you already told me almost feels a little like we've met before. Where I'm just like, I'm sorry, dude. Like, let it go.
We've met before never needs to be said.
No.
Unless, I guess you can say it in a nice way of like, there are some circumstances, but the way you're currently, the worst thing a person can possibly say.
Yeah, it's the attitude of like, how dare you not remember? And it's like, you remember everyone you've met? Like, I think it's, if anyone ever comes up to me and doesn't remember that we met before, I don't care. You could be like my sibling and I'd be like, who cares?
Yeah, memory is a bad thing.
Yeah, exactly.
We've met before.
There have been times where a guy will just be like, come on, dude, we've met before. What's my name? And I'm like, what? Why would he do that
to himself?
Yeah, that's
just cementing the fact that you don't know who he is.
Yes, and now I'm like, well, I guess I'll remember you now as the guy that I don't like.
Who's really annoying and thinks everyone knows who he is.
Yeah. Eesh.
Oh, meeting people, all of that is very complicated. I think it's just we need to stick to how are you doing?
Yeah.
Nice, not even nice to see you. How's your day going?
Yeah, what's up?
Who cares if someone's met you before? Doesn't matter.
No.
Well, you got 2 out of 3.
That is huge for me.
That's huge for you.
I thought I was going to somehow guess wrong on each one. I was like, it's a binary option. I'd still fuck it up. 50-50.
Very good. You needed the win today.
I did.
And you got it. Well, you got a 66%. You needed that today.
I did.
And you got it. And now Annalise, our producer, has one of their own gift or a curse, which we both have to speak to.
Ooh.
To kind of, level the playing field.
Love it.
Annalise, what is it?
Gift or a curse when pop stars give their fans collective names. Okay, for example, Little Monsters, Arianators, etc.
What's an Arianator?
Ariana. Or
Ariana Grande.
Ariana. Yeah.
Oh, I've never heard of the Ariana fan base.
I've never heard it said out loud, and when you said that, I was like, Arianators? That one's a curse. I'm sorry. No shade to the Ariana fans.
That's what Hitler called all of his fans.
Yeah. Arianators!
Arianators. Arianators?
I think it's
Bad.
It's gotta be Aryan, but even then, I'm just like, I think just get
Workshop
Aryan
that.
out of there.
The
Grande heads.
My little grandes.
Yeah, my little grandes.
See, that's a fun thing.
That's cute.
Petite grandes.
Yeah, we fix that for you.
Oh, God. Ariana. Okay, do you want to, or should I speak to it first?
I think you speak to it first. I'm still thinking, if you got one.
I'm going to say that this is a curse, because it is, well, let me back up now, because it's in nickname territory, and I'm trying to think of who names who. You give people their nickname. They don't choose their nickname. Oh. But I am going to say... I'm going to say it's a gift.
I think it's a gift.
I think it's a nice thing that you get to give to your fans.
Yeah.
To collect themselves and label themselves.
Also, the fans presumably like it to be like... Also, I'm like, are they always giving it to the fans, or is it like sometimes popping up in the fan group?
Like the Reddit, the subreddit decides we're the Arianators.
Like, do BTS fans, did they decide they're called the ARMY, or is it like BTS calls them the ARMY? I think it's still a gift either way. I'm like, I think it's probably a nice thing to be in a collective group and be like, here's how we refer to ourselves, and isn't that cute?
Right. I think that's nice, and this is something that pops up for this podcast pretty frequently, listeners saying, what should we be called? And I just never have an idea.
Yeah.
Which I guess that's a curse for me. Maybe it's up to them. I don't know.
Curses.
Curses.
That's getting a comment.
I don't like anything.
Yeah.
So maybe that's the big problem.
The no names.
I've been calling them listeners for years.
Yeah.
But I guess that's not specific enough. I'll do some brainstorming. If anyone has a really good idea, my secret wives.
Secret wives?
Maybe my secret wives.
Okay, you're Bridge and they're the tunnel. Bridge and tunnel.
We'll think about it.
Yeah,
we'll think about it. Little
some
monsters. I'll just rip it out of Gaga's hands.
You can just take it.
Annalise, how did we do?
I'm sorry, you guys, but they're a curse.
Oh,
they're a curse?
Because it takes something that should be an aspect of, like, it's a thing you like, but now it's become a part of who you are.
Oh.
And this is what divides people. So suddenly you've got, like, the Swifties against the Beehive. It becomes then this, like, almost like tribalist shit that is like very bad and should not be like explored on the internet. Like, we don't need any more reasons to be like divided on the internet, and then suddenly you're giving names to just like arbitrary things like, oh, I happen to like a thing and therefore I am called
you killjoy.
What? Are you kidding me? And then
wrong.
Like, and as a musician myself, now suddenly I have to think of something like
it's
name for
job.
my fans.
Yeah.
No, it's awful. It's awful. No, absolutely not.
I do agree that the tribalism is insane, but in my head I'm like, that's kind of happened whether or not they have a name.
Yeah, psychos are going to be psychos.
Yeah.
And Annalise, you're unfortunately wrong. I don't know what you're talking about. We were correct. Okay.
Get in the comments, Tunnels.
Secret wives.
Get in the comments, secret wives. Of all gender.
Of all gender, of course. Anyone can be a secret wife. That's
so
the
true.
great thing about being alive.
Yeah.
If you want to be a secret wife, go for it. This is the final segment of the podcast. It's called I Said No Emails. People write into isaidnogifts@gmail.com, or they leave a voice note, send a voice note, which I realize is complicated. But Annalise, can you explain?
Okay, because we have not gotten enough voice notes.
People just stop doing it.
We have to do it. We have to do it. So I'm going to go over something with you. Okay, so you have this thing, and it's called a phone. And on the phone, there's this little app, and it says it's called Voice Memos. And you're going to click on that. You're going to hit the big red button at the bottom, okay? You're going to ask a question, and it's going to be in a quiet space. It's not going to be longer than 60 seconds.
Okay.
Then you're going to hit that red button again. Then you're going to press 3 little dots on the new thing that you've just created. It's going to ask if you want to share it. And then you're going to email it to isaidnogifts@gmail.com.
Wonderful.
We got to do it, guys.
And make the questions interesting.
Everywhere.
Make them juicy and interesting.
Come on, secret wives. Let's do this.
If you're going to be my secret wife, you better have some great voice questions.
Yes.
I'm tired of reading emails. No, I don't mind reading emails either. Do whatever you want to do. But Annalise, thank you for the directions and the little patronizing. Rude, but whatever. Demi, will you help me answer a question?
Yes, I will.
Okay, this is Bridger and Celebrated guessed. That's nice. They guessed correctly.
They don't know that.
Well, they threw a dart and
They
bullseye.
hit it. Yeah.
I could use your advice on something. It's small, but I find it weirdly stressful, ? My friend has been hosting pool parties off and on this summer. Nothing huge, just casual hangs with snacks. He doesn't provide towels. Okay. I don't think that anyone needs. Okay, but
is that the question?
No, that's not. This is we're halfway through. The thing is,
maybe that's what makes it casual. Sorry. Continue.
Oh yeah, interesting. Well, we all have a different idea of what a pool party should be, I guess. The thing is, at the first one, I brought a bottle of wine, and I thought that sort of covered me for the season. But since then, I've shown up empty-handed a few times, and I think he might have made a light comment/hint about people not bringing things. Well, I'd like a specific. Whatever. So now I'm spiraling. Are you supposed to bring something every time? Am I reading into things too much, or is this one of those unspoken rules that I should have clocked? And that's from Becca. And what is towels? Why doesn't that has nothing to...
I feel like that might just be a symbol of like, it's so non...
He's doing almost nothing.
Yeah, but I'm also just like, if I throw a pool party, I'm not providing towels.
How many towels does a person own?
Yeah, exactly. Bring a fucking towel. That's such an easy...
Bare minimum.
Yeah. So not off to a great start, Becca. But I also would say, so my personal take on this, and I think no one else agrees, is I don't need you to bring something when you show up to my house.
Right.
To the point that actually, sometimes people bring stuff and I'm like, this is cumbersome. Because now I just have... 400 beers and no one's drinking them, and I don't drink beer really, so I'm just like, I guess I'll put the beer in my fridge, and I'm like, no, you don't have to bring me stuff. But also, I think depending on how casual the hang is, you absolutely shouldn't have to bring stuff.
No, if it's not casual, like what, especially a pool party.
If you're throwing a bunch in a short period of time, also no.
I think the fact that Becca brought something at all
is
she should get a key to the house at this point.
Yeah,
she should get to drive his car. And the guy, what is this guy? Why does he? What more could he possibly want?
Yeah, I gotta know what the comment is and the tone, because I'm like, was it a joke? Was it like a thing of like? And also, if you're spiraling, I think next time bring something small and just be sort of like, sorry, I haven't been bringing anything. And if they're like, what? No, it's like their response to that is really the test.
It's now become a game.
Yes,
a psychological game that Becca gets to make the next move.
Yes, and
hopefully will outsmart this person. But there's also a chance he just doesn't like Becca's personality and is trying to just hurt her.
But also, if you keep getting invited, I think it's maybe not that big of a deal. And if it was a small comment, maybe it's like they were being a little shit.
Right. Maybe he was extremely drunk.
Because of that wine you be bringing.
Yes, that he's been drinking all summer. Well, Becca, I think you have your answer there. Buy a towel. That's throw a few in your trunk, and you won't have to worry about that.
The gift next time he's like, I brought a couple towels. I know you don't provide towels.
Yeah, that's what a great way to get back at him.
Yeah, and then he'll call and be like, hey, so I've been throwing these pool parties, and my friend made this comment about a towel.
I'm going to destroy both of these people's lives. Well, we answered the question perfectly.
Yeah.
You played the game pretty well.
Thank you so much.
I've got a pie that I'll eat around the hair.
Yeah.
And I also now get to... Wow, I had never heard of this camera before.
Yeah.
I'm so excited to see what becomes of it.
Yeah.
The photos, I've got to... When I buy a roll of film, it takes me forever to get through it.
I used to be that way, and now it'll be like I go through a period where I'm shooting so much, and then I stop, and I'm like, oh, I'm going to take my camera, and I've forgotten that there's like half the roll used, which is always so nice, because I'm just like, what was that? And then you get to see
I love that feeling.
Yeah.
The forgotten memories.
Yeah.
But I'll try to power through within the next 3 months. I think that's a doable plan.
Yeah, I wish I had loaded it up with film and then I'd be like, just take one now, but I did not.
Just take 18 now.
Yeah, it's fine.
Demi, I've had such a wonderful time with you here.
Thank you, so have I.
Thank you for being here. And listener, the podcast is over. You've got to take care of yourself. You've got to, I'm letting you out of the nest. You've got to learn to fly. And I believe you can do that. If you can't, that's your problem. Take care of yourself. I love you. Goodbye.